What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today I have my boy Sparrow with me, and today we're gonna talk about why the Death Note movie fucking sucked. It was awful, steaming pile of dog shit. Save your time. We're gonna let you know why. We have some talking points. Those are things we want to go over. So if you see us looking down, it's because we're trying to stay on track so we don't rant too much. But without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get right into this and rip it to pieces.
Alright, it is time. You know, I gotta admit, I have been following this Death Note film since it was originally owned, the film rights were owned by Warner Brothers Studio, and they had originally talked about casting, what's that dude in Baywatch, the new Baywatch movie that's filmed with The Rock?
Zac Efron?
They had originally talked about casting Zac Efron as Light, and at first I was kind of skeptical, so this has been near and dear to my heart, and the moment that I found that Netflix money was on this project, I knew a Netflix original Death Note would be phenomenal. But Dwight?
Yeet? Yeah, right. Yeah, not at all. They deviated so far from the source material that it wasn't even enjoyable. Even as a standalone movie, if you watch this, it's not even good as a standalone film if you try to separate it from the manga or from the anime, whichever way you absorb the content. It was just bad. The casting of Light. Let's just talk about the casting of the characters.
I think that's
first.
appropriate. I mean, visually. Let's just start visually. I mean, we could get into the whole conversation about whitewash, but it's been a topic that I think that's already been thoroughly discussed. Yeah. So let's not go down that route right now. But just visually from a casting perspective, Light Turner, the actor, just looks silly. His mannerisms, his facial expressions, his nose, I don't know what
you don't gotta sugarcoat. He has a stupid fucking face. His face is stupid as fuck.
What's up with the nose?
No, I was thinking about saying that, but he got to it. Yeah, this guy's a stupid fucking face, first of all. We're not even gonna sugarcoat that shit. But his acting was just subpar. It was awful. The other terrible casting was L. I don't mind that L was a black dude. I don't care. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I just thought that he was not right for the role at all. He didn't play it well. He didn't exude anything that L gives off, that feeling you get from watching the anime. None of that was here. This entire cast was just a shit fest. Except Willem Dafoe. I think Ryuk was the highlight of the movie, even though the character of Ryuk was changed, but we're going to get to that in a minute.
Yeah, I think I'll even go so far as to say that I didn't mind the visual portrayal of Ryuk as well, because having been a fan who's absorbed all mediums from the original Death Note movies to the drama series featured on Crunchyroll, anime, manga, I don't know that the real form, the true anime form visually, translates well, CG, into the live action, so that the fact that they went with this demonic, dark approach while keeping him in the shadows, but visually there's enough clarity that you can make him out, but they keep him enough in the shadows that they don't have to ruin the portrayal. So visually, I thought they did a good job. It's actually the strongest part of the film for me. The voice acting from Willem Dafoe, I would say, about 90% of the time was spectacular. There was a couple times where I felt removed, but it wasn't significant enough to take away my love of that piece of the film, and that's probably about my only highlight of the film is the casting and the voice portrayal.
Yeah. But now onto how they changed our favorite lovable Death Note characters. First of all, Light. We all know that Light is supposed to be a genius of sorts. Can we even call him like a savant? I don't even know if we can call him savant, but Light is extremely intelligent and he has an innate sense of justice. This Light here they try to make him seem like he's smart with the whole, I'm hoping kids cheat on tests thing, but the whole thing falls flat. The first thing this fucking guy does after he kills somebody with a Death Note is he goes and he tells somebody else that he has this magical notebook that can kill people.
Let me stop you for a moment there. Not only does he tell, he goes so far as to demonstrate with a kill.
Exactly. And if you remember in the anime, you know, and in the manga, his first kill was a criminal. So he's not killing bullies or, you know, because a high school bully is not really a criminal. There's bullies everywhere. Light was punishing actual career criminals because of his innate sense of justice. This kid was just pissed off that he was getting bullied and killed a bully. That was totally left field from Light's character. And now I think we could even jump into, you know, if you want to cover Ryuk's first appearance and how this all came about.
I gotta tell you, that for me is the absolute lowest point of the film. And I guess as a purist and a true fan of this, and I might get some flack in the comments for this, but I'll go on record to say it right now that to me, Death Note is the greatest manga ever created. I've said that forever. Your boy Roshi will tell you. I've said that statement, I've stood by that statement, and you know, they never agree with me with number one, but they always respect it in top 5 kind of caliber. But the reason I hated that particular scene so much, Ryuk's first encounter, is I have to go back to the source material. Light encounters a Death Note. As your boy Roshi said, he had an innate sense of justice that propelled and motivated him to do the things he did with that Death Note. In the anime manga, the original source material, at the point where Ryuk encounters Light, he had already had the Death Note for 5 days. And in those 5 days, I'm guessing he had hundreds of kills, because when the notebook is open, you see so many names in it, and Ryuk goes so far as to say, Death Notes have fallen into the human realm before, but never have I seen a human do this much in this little time. Now let's talk about the film portrayal of the first encounter, which is just despicable. Ryuk's first encounter, Light had not made a single kill with the Death Note, which makes that first encounter so much less interesting. Not only that, Ryuk had to nudge Light Turner to use the Death Note. He had to say, come on, do it. He won't be missed. He's a bully. He's a bad guy.
Oh, and he gave him a pen.
And he gave him a pen.
He gave him the fucking pen.
He gave him the ballpoint, you know? He had to manipulate him, and Light was pressured into doing it. That's so not who that character is. Light was a killer. From the beginning, he did it without any nudge, because his sense of justice pushed him in that direction. And for Ryuk to have to convince him destroys everything that character is, Light, and makes him a shell of his source material.
Not only that, it also ruins the character of Ryuk, because if you watch the anime or read the manga, you know that Ryuk is indifferent the entire series. He's not on Light's side and he's not against Light. He just simply wants to see how the whole thing will play out, because it's a game. He was bored in the Shinigami realm, so he came and dropped the notebook just to see what would happen. Now, in the movie, Ryuk is almost evil. You can almost consider him like some kind of antagonist. He's too influential in the movie. He's not just sitting back. He's making threats. He's threatening Light's life. You know, it just didn't feel right at all. None of that felt right. Like, just so we can keep it going, you know, L's character is the other mad genius of the show, and as you know, the whole Death Note series was about the battle between Light and L. These two geniuses going at it. You know, L's the greatest detective that ever lived, and that is not portrayed in this movie whatsoever. L is absolute fucking trash. I mean,
emotional.
Yeah, he's too emotional. L was calm. The entire show, he was calm. If he was getting tripped up, he would think his way through it. In the movie, he gets upset, visually upset, like goes into mad fits.
Breaks into people's houses?
Yeah, it's fucking, the whole thing is fucking weird. It's just terrible. The closest he gets to being L is sitting with his legs up. That, like, it's almost as if, you know, they made them watch the anime, but he didn't really watch it. He just kind of skimmed through it and just saw that L was constantly sitting that way, so I'll just copy that mannerism. Other than that, I thought that the performance of L was trash. I thought he was a trash detective, just super basic. Like, I think Eddie Murphy was a better detective in Beverly Hills Cop. It was fucking bad. It was...
Yeah, even those mannerisms, which are something that makes L such a unique and special character. It was they tried so hard to pull it off, and it just fell flat. You're right. It was so unnatural. It wasn't worth it. I mean, L could have been described in the manga as almost as a sociopath, someone who lacked emotion, and this guy's crying, and you know, his boy Watari's like, I know you got my guy Watari, but like bring him back safe, you know, and I'll accept that you're winning this chess game. And it was just trash.
Yeah. What we got? What we got? We got a lot of shit to.
I guess the only other character we need to talk about is Mia.
Oh yeah,
she is the love interest. And she's a little bit more than that, because at times she seems more capable than Light does with the Death Note. She's more ruthless, and she'll go the step further to do what he needed to do. Mia was more like Light was in the manga than Light Turner was in the manga.
Not even, man. This is just a random ass character. I think they named her Mia so that we would draw a comparison to her and Misa from the anime, even though the two characters are totally and completely different. This movie was a teen angst love story. It wasn't Death Note. It was some weird ass Bonnie and Clyde or
Warm Bodies too.
Yeah, some weird ass love story between these two fucking kids that have this magical notebook that can kill people. And with all these made up fucking rules that weren't in the show, let's talk about those fake rules.
And a lot of these fake rules didn't even seem to be necessary to drive the story forward. So one of the fake rules is the fact that, and in the manga, the original source material, anyone who touches the Death Note gets to see the Shinigami.
Correct.
And in the film portrayal, only the person who had claimed ownership gets to actually see the Shinigami. And I'm guessing the only reason they did this was to keep Ryuk and Light's conversations private between the two of them, but it didn't seem necessary to actually drive the story forward. Another fake rule was the burning of the page. You want to talk about that one?
Oh yeah, so there was a rule where if somebody has their name written on a page, if you rip that page out and burn it, that person no longer dies if the page is burned. Where the fuck did that come from? Who made that up? That's so stupid.
So essentially, that rule allows you to completely manipulate someone up to 48 hours leading up to their death while erasing the consequences of death.
Correct. Which is garbage. And the other rule was, if you leave the Death Note alone for 7 days, what was it? Like, you can just give it to somebody else. You no longer have ownership if you leave it alone for 7 days and don't use it. Another made up rule. The whole time, Light flips through this fucking book and there's like 96 rules or some shit like that I saw him going through. When did that happen?
You know what's really interesting about that one though? That is actually, and now I only just thought about this, that's actually the whole leave the Death Note alone for 7 days. That is actually a take of the fake rule that Light created when him and Misa were in prison, which justified their innocence. We haven't been able to write in the Death Note for X amount of days, therefore we can't be.
Yeah, but that was a fake rule.
It was a fake rule, but they made it a real rule in the film portrayal. So it's kind of weird.
Whatever.
Not necessary.
Ridiculous. It was gory. It was really gory, unnecessarily, like. It was like some Final Destination type shit. People getting decapitated, and you see their
brains turned into slushies.
Yeah, it was weird. So, whereas in the anime, most of the characters died via heart attack, which is what made Kira so special. You died by a heart attack. That was his thing. Here, like, Light's going out of his way to give you the most creative deaths possible. Like, it literally was like watching a Final Destination movie. The first death was fucking ladder falls off of a truck and knocks his head off. Yeah, crazy. Was not a fan of that.
Death Note didn't need to be gory. It's what made Death Note special was how intellectually stimulating it was to watch these two geniuses battle. The deaths did not need to be gory. They weren't. They were there purposefully with the heart attacks.
Yeah, and like we said before, the story is nothing like it was in the source material. Not even close. Light and L don't really even have any kind of battle. It's just pretty much L getting owned the whole time. It was really, really bad. It wasn't good. I had high expectations for it. I even binged watched the anime again in 2 days over the weekend. 37 episodes just to get myself hyped, and this entire movie let me down. I think that if they wanted to make a Death Note movie and only make it 2 hours instead of a full Netflix special, which could have been 13 episodes and possibly covered 26 episodes of the anime if you split it up into half-an-hour segments. If they weren't going to do that, then they should have made a completely different story with different characters. Another character picks up the Death Note and they could have still used Ryuk. He's just fucking with another human in the human world. They could have done that, but no, they decided to use the same characters that we're used to bring familiarity, just to get people to watch this movie. I can't believe that they made the movie, watched it, and were like, oh, this shit is dope. No. Save yourself the hour and 45 minutes. This is like, this is reminiscent of when I watched Dragon Ball Evolution. I didn't even want to take it to Dragon Ball Evolution.
We have to. So let me ask you this. Netflix owns this gold mine of a property. One of the best manga anime properties ever created. You kind of went a little bit in this direction, but can they redeem this? Where do they go next with this? Like, let's say they put this in the rear view. They recognize it doesn't get the success that they had anticipated for. Where do they go next? Do they revive this, or are they going to look at this flop and walk away?
No, I know what they can do. What they can do, if they want to continue it, they can make another movie, recast Willem Dafoe as Ryuk, because Ryuk is the best part of the entire thing, kill Light off screen, and have Ryuk give the notebook to somebody else, and give us an entirely different story that can actually fit within a feature-length time frame. 2 hours is not enough to explore all the intricacies of all the characters that we experience watching Death Note. Death Note, like I told you before, I think is split up into three sub-arcs throughout the entire 37 episodes. You know, you have when Light first becomes Kira and the second Kira is discovered. I consider that one arc. Then the second arc I would consider when Higuchi is now Kira, which lasts a few episodes. And the third arc would be after L's death, which is when we have the inclusion of Mello and Nier MNN, which finishes off the entire series. 90% of those characters that we experience are not included in this. You don't get any of that. The second Misa is there, we don't get any. We don't see any other Shinigamis. There's only one Death Note in the whole show. It's not a mental game of chess like everybody wants to see. It just wasn't good. It's just not a good movie. Like I said, not a good movie on its own either. So don't go into it with a clear mind thinking, oh, I'm just gonna watch it. No, you're not gonna enjoy it. Not at all. Trust me. Trust me.
They crushed our spirits.
Yeah, so with that being said, the whole movie was just a shit fest. Like I said in the beginning, a steaming pile of dog shit, not good. Light's the actor who played Light. You have a stupid fucking face. If you're watching this, your face is stupid, and you helped ruin this movie for me. They should have never casted you. They should have never casted Homeboy as L either, because it just was not good. You're trying to be edgy by casting a black L. Whatever, nobody really fucking cares. I don't care if he was black, I don't care if he was Native American, I don't care what he was. It just, the portrayal just wasn't good.
Yeah, the acting caliber just missed the mark. It's trash.
Yeah.
It's trash. You know, I was trying to get a rating number. I had a 4, and I thought I was being really, really generous.
Yeah, he's being generous. I gave that shit a 2 just because I liked Ryuk's performance. Like I said, Ryuk, that was dope. I was highly impressed with that. Even though I don't like how they changed his character, I still like the CG. I thought the CG was good, and I liked the voice. He actually reminded me of Ryuk, so...
Just a little interesting tidbit on a story I saw, I believe, on IGN. William Dafoe actually did not research anything regarding the character at all. He did not look at the source material in any way, shape, or form. So his portrayal is based solely off the script and the notes, which, considering how much of a trash film that was, the fact that he could do such a good job not looking at, you know, source material and that trash script was pretty much a testament to his success. A little bit of Green Goblin in there, but darker.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin. Once I found out that he was Ryuk, I had full faith, and that also helped make me get excited for the movie, which was a fail. But you guys heard what we thought about the film. If you watched it, what did you think? What do you think they could have changed? What could they have done better? Do you think there's no saving this movie? Do you think it's as bad as Dragon Ball Evolution, the movie that nobody likes to talk about because it was so bad? Do you think it was as bad as The Last Airbender, which is also another movie that's so bad that nobody likes to talk about it? Let us know in the comments. The link to my website where you can get some of my merch is in the description as always. And follow me at your boy Roshi on Instagram if you do not already.
if you have any intentions of going in the comment section and saying it wasn't that bad, don't.
Just kill yourself.
I don't go that far. Just say that, no, for real. But
just don't even write the comment. It was bad.
Don't write the comment. Like, it's stop. Like, don't.
Yeah. But that's all we got for you guys today. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.